Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I hasn't posted in a long time, but
yeah,
I'm back.
I'm here. This is XX Spring Bonnie 456 XX Games,
and today we're going to be watching The Snowman. This is like creepy stuff. They said it was creepy, so
yeah.
I'm gonna try to do creepy.
Yeah, so let's go.
So I'm gonna put this back up.
What the fuck? What the hell? Your phone is frozen. There we go. Okay, start.
Okay, guys.
I was a struggling ghostwriter, and I thought a break away from the city to spend time at a remote ski resort would be a good way to clear my head and help me get back on my feet. There weren't any other cabins around, so I was guaranteed a few weeks to reflect and enjoy the isolation. At least that was the case until the final week of my stay, which made this Christmas truly unforgettable. It first started at night when I suddenly woke up. Initially, I didn't know if it was from something I heard or from a bad dream. But either way, I felt compelled to look out the window. Which is when I noticed the snowman in the distance. Back when I was a kid, I would have been delighted at the mere sight of a snowman. But that sense of childhood nostalgia was soon silenced by the realization that I wasn't alone out there in the woods. The cabin where I was staying was the only one this side of the valley, so it seemed like a really long way to walk just to build the snowman. Despite the uncanny feeling, I was still far too tired to give it too much thought and managed to sleep through the rest of the night. The following morning, to no surprise, the snowman was still there. I couldn't quite put my finger on it right then, but I got this strange notion that something was different about the snowman. I decided to carry on about my day and didn't think much of it until later at night, when it happened again. I woke up suddenly for no apparent reason. I don't remember having a bad dream, but I guess it's common not to remember the dreams that we have, even the really bad ones. It felt like deja vu, and I found myself once again gazing through the bedroom window. I could still see the snowman, even clearer now. I couldn't quite figure out why, but it gave me this odd sensation. I also started to wonder why the snowman was facing towards the cabin, and why anyone would build a snowman all the way out here. There weren't any other cabins around for miles. I didn't sleep all that much after that, so the next morning, I decided to head outside the cabin for a closer look. I looked around, but just as I expected, there was no trace of anyone, although it was hard to be sure, considering how poor the visibility was due to the weather. I chose to knock the snowman down just for good measure, since it was already beginning to feel like some kind of bad omen. Maybe I was overreacting, it was just some kid fooling around, but at least I wouldn't have to think about it anymore. Or so I thought. The following night, things got even worse. I woke up again, but now I knew for sure it wasn't from a dream, but a loud thud, like the sound of something hitting the window. I glanced through the window and was shocked to see the same snowman, identical from the day before. I remember turning in quite late that night, and there was no sign of a snowman when I turned out the lights, so I was pretty sure that it wasn't a kid's prank. I mean, who would let their kids out this late to build a snowman? And what was that noise on the window? The last thing I wanted to do is go outside in the blistering cold, but I knew that if I waited until the morning, any footprints would most likely be covered by another thick layer of snow. I reluctantly got dressed, stepped outside and walked up to the snowman. Which is when I discovered a single set of very large footprints leading from and to the forest. I couldn't shake this feeling of being watched, and that somehow I had made things worse by destroying the last snowman. So I decided to leave it alone and quickly headed back to the cabin. The bitter cold stayed with me that night as I curled up in bed and tried my best to get warm. But the prospect of getting any sleep that night soon came to an abrupt end. The noise on the glass. I recognized it instantly. The sound of a snowball hitting the window. I knew deep down that it could only mean one thing. Needless to say, I didn't sleep a wink that night, and I left the cabin the very next day. I never knew his name, or ever saw his face, but I came to know him as the Snowman.
Presents, wrapped and carefully prepared.
This is for you, but don't open it until Clashmas morning, okay?
Oh!
Never.
In 2016, I went to a McDonald's with my friend who we'll call Ashton for privacy reasons. On this night, we had just seen a movie with his girlfriend, and after the movie, we all got hungry, so we decided to hit up our local McDonald's to go grab a bite. It was nearing midnight, so there were barely any cars out at this time. We went to the McDonald's, ordered our food, and sat down at a table. Ashton and his girlfriend were sitting down facing me, and I was facing them. As we were eating, I see a middle-aged man sitting about 2 tables across from us with a little boy that looked to be about 7 or 8. The thing I remember most vividly about the boy was the extremely empty, pale look on his face. On top of that, he wasn't even eating. He kind of just sat there watching what I assumed to be his dad. At one point, the guy gets up and grabs the boy's hand, and eventually they come to us. The man starts to ask Ashton if he had any spare cash on him. While he was talking to Ashton, the boy looks at me and stares at me with eyes open wide as possible. I'll admit, it was a bit creepy, but what he said next made me want to puke. "That's not my dad. I've been kidnapped. Please help me." My blood turned to ice as I heard him say that. The man then looked at the boy and then at me. And with that, they left out the McDonald's, as I knew that he caught on to my suspicion. Ashton and his girlfriend seemed to catch on as well, and I immediately dialed 911. I explained everything to the operator and gave her a description of the man and the boy. They came, but nothing ever became of it. A few weeks later, I was watching the news, and there was a missing child report that came on. When I saw who the missing child was, I nearly screamed. It was the same kid at the McDonald's. They unfortunately found his body by a canal not far from my house, and at that point, I knew that the man had something to do with this. Apparently, he had been missing for well over 6 months, and police have been searching for him ever since the day he'd gone missing. They aren't sure as to how he died, but the news said that he had died due to dehydration, which I found very false. Ever since that day, I feel so helpless and heartbroken for that boy. There are truly some messed up people in this world that do horrible things. I hope you could use my story to create awareness as to how these things happen all too often, and how you could take action to help make the world a better place.
What?
pause and go to the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, welcome back. This is called, well, you could see what it says.
It's called Teeth.
And then I think the people that made it was Alto. I don't know. So
this camera back up. So.
Was, by all accounts, particularly late in the child's development, and meant that I was also late to be weaned. I did not enjoy teething so much. Its unpleasantness developed in me a certain disregard for these hard buds erupting from my gums. I found biting with conviction on firm objects to be a benefit and suitable punishment for the teeth. I would take to chewing anything I could get my young mandible around. Surprisingly, my teeth survived this intentional barbarity only to be defeated by an oh-so-sweet sticky toffee apple. This victory was short-lived. These were primary teeth, and primary teeth are only present to make way for adult teeth. They sprouted anew. By the age of 6.5, I had unfortunately now gained a complete and fresh set. I had no interest in their welfare. I only had interest in the sugariness that passed them by and settled on my tongue. My first adult tooth was not a victim to my thoughtlessness, but was in fact knocked out. At 11 years of age, a pre-planned chance meeting behind the school resulted in an inconspicuous bicuspid becoming an absent bicuspid. The gap left by this missing tooth was thoroughly explored and enjoyed by my tongue with fond reminiscence. I reached the age of 48, continuing to lose teeth. By then, I had lost enough teeth to begin missing them in my day-to-day mastication of food. Even if my tongue was now lavishing in the smoothness of its surrounds. I lost 3 more through medical intervention, and through necessity, I gained my first set of dentures. With them came a revelation. It's only then, presented with the disembodied enamels, that the full beauty of this substantial link between food, tongue, throat, and stomach became apparent. I began to place the form of the teeth above the function, vetting and analyzing food for potential risk of the teeth falling foul. Many foods, in fact, became avoided. Avoided or mashed, filtered, separated, and mashed again, all for the sake of keeping my prosthetic teeth pristine. My fascination with teeth soon began to spread outside the realm of my own and into those of other toothed animals. I marveled at their efficiency, their specificity. These wondrous beasts had no need to worry their minds about their teeth. They were blessed with immaculate design. I would take inspiration from them. I began to think about how I could combine these specialist points, that perhaps I could improve on my previous God-given and God-inspired. The perfect cutting, tearing, and mashing tools. At the age of 62, I separated the species and sorted the teeth into categories of size and shape. I gathered my resources and set to work on the construction. Through my thorough studies, I became convinced that I had come to a combination of interspecies teeth
first year, I lost the tip of my tongue. I lost the tip of my tongue.
That one wasn't scary.
Okay, guys, so
Go subscribe to my channel, XX. Oh, also subscribe to him. My YouTube name is XX Spring Bonnie 456XX Games, and his channel is Weston Hogenseth. So please subscribe. My name's Blake. His name Weston, and we're gonna say goodbye.
bye-bye. Oh yeah, one other thing is, if you guys could do a big favor,
And stop Project Zorgo,
that
because they're after me again.
and don't do
They're
don't-
coming after me again, which sucks. Okay, you talk. So I'm sorry.
don't do hate comments.
Please.
Yeah, we already
Oh,
have
wait.
enough hate in our life.
Wait, I have to say one more thing. Let me say
Yeah.
one more thing. Alright, show my face. Alright, guys, so Project Zorgo, if you subscribe to my channel, I think Project Zorgo's coming back. So, next video, we're going to be calling Project Zorgo at 3 a.m. So, yeah, we're going to be calling the number that they released on YouTube at 3 a.m. and see what happens. Okay, guys?
Yeah. We're just going to say it's some random dude. Okay, guys, we're going to end the video here.
Alright, bye.
Bye.